How's that? Okay. All right. I had to find that button. Can you hear me now? All right. That's good. Hi, Beverly. Can you hear me okay? I'm here learning, so you get to watch me fumble. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I almost missed my own live. I got involved watching somebody else's YouTube channel. All right. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Hey, Des. How you doing? After I figure this out a little bit, I will put up a link and get some people up on the panel because I could probably use some help. Anyway, I'm getting, I don't know if I'm going to be doing a lot of lives, but I want to, I'm trying to do there's G23 from Oregon. Anyway, I'm doing a collaboration with the Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla because we're going to do the Ghost Pepper Noodle Challenge. We're going to try to do that on live and merge our lives together. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Tomorrow or yeah, G23. I'm using Streamyard, so this is my first time. There's Mad Shad from the Erie Coast. Thanks for popping in. Hopefully, we got OG JZ61, Oscar Golf Juliet Zebra 61. Yeah, first live. I'm going to stumble through this and then I will post a link to get folks up on panel. There's Janet Homestead, where you are. Feel free to discuss amongst yourselves. Oh, Borg. There's Borg. He fired up his motorcycle the other day, his Kawasaki KLR. I noticed you had a Iron Butt Association license plate frame. Okay, thanks G23. I saw that invite, so I'm going to do that in a little bit here. There's Cheesehead Chris. How's the weather up there, Chris? Chris did a lot of cooking, obviously, with cheese. That's how he got the moniker. He's more active on Instagram. So he does a lot of memes, and so I always like to go over and see what he's got going. I don't know where he gets half those things. All right, Steve. He did his Iron Butt Association IBA back in 2006. I did my first one in 2000. If you don't know what the Iron Butt Association is, that is a fraternity of long distance motorcycle riders. And to become a part of it, you have to ride your motorcycle continuously for 24 hours or cover 1,000 miles within a 24-hour period. And you have to document all your stops, your fuel stops, your breaks. You You have to have a starting witness and ending witness. There's Wood and Metal Garage. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Anyway, once you complete that, that's called the Saddle Sore 1000. And you become part of that fraternity. And from there on, they have other endurance levels that you can earn. One is the Bun Burner Gold. That's 1,500 miles in 24 hours. I did that one. There's She Said. Okay, Steve was riding a Kawasaki Concourse back then. That the Kawasaki Concourse was based on the KZ1000. And hey, Johnny, thanks for stopping by. The KZ1000, if you watch the movie Chips, that's what they rode, or the television show Chips. That's what they rode. And the Concourse was fondly known as the Connie. And it was it came with luggage. It actually had Samsonite luggage bags on the side of the motorcycle, and it had a kind of a cult following for a while. It was kind of buzzy in the handlebars, though. That was my experience riding the police Kawasaki's. Of course, we had a big fairing on the front and a radio on the back, but that's that was the first police bike that I rode, and then we got into the Harleys. So I'm going to make an attempt here. If anybody has any questions or anything. Yeah, Steve, yeah, it had a big fuel tank. I have a Honda ST 1300, and same thing, it has a 7-gallon fuel tank. So that's normally what I rode in the iron butt rides. My longest continuous ride was, it was called the 50cc. And you have to go coast to coast in under 50 hours. And the quickest way to do that is on Interstate 10. So I rode from San Diego. I collected a bottle full of sand and water from the Pacific Ocean and rode on I-10. It took me 48 hours and 40 minutes to reach the Florida coast, where I collected a bottle of water and some sand from there. So that was called the 50cc, coast to coast in under 50 hours. All right, let me see if I could put an invite link up here. I don't know if you more experienced guys could tell me if that I did that right. There's Gray Wolf Outdoors. Welcome. Greetings from Texas. You'll have to excuse me a little bit. I've had this bronchitis for going on a month now. It started to go away, but then we got some rain and cold weather. Okay, click 3 dots to the link I dropped. It says put user in timeout and block user. Let me try this again. There's Dibbin. I posted a link to his channel on the community page. He travels all around Texas and documents places to visit with some, usually, I think it's like a flyover mode map. He has terrain maps and kind of gives you a chance. See, Gray Wolf got a chance to buy a Yamaha Virago 14. Yeah, that was a classic touring bike. Mark at Little Ridge Farms, he's in the process of rebuilding. He had a fire, and my girlfriend and I, Sabrina, we've been following people building tiny homes for quite some time. It's not quite a tiny home, but I downscaled after I retired. So we have basically about 1,100 square feet open floor plan with a loft bedroom. So we look down below, but we have no closet, so storage here is a challenge. But I was always intrigued. There's Mark, so I can add him.
Hey, how's it going?
There we go. Good. I'm learning here.
Yeah, if you
got the
when you drop the link into chat, if you go next to the link, there's the three dots. Click on those three dots and it'll say pin message, and you can click that pin message. It'll go to the top.
All right. Well, when I'm clicking on it, it's giving me put user in timeout or block user.
You must be clicking on
there's a star.
Below. You must be clicking on the person either below it or above it.
And I'm hovering over it, over that link.
Yeah, if you go all the way to the right, there's the three dots. Click on those three dots.
Yeah, that's what I'm clicking on. Huh.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, it's all weird to me right now.
Right.
So I can see
it takes a little
Steve
bit
Borg and G23.
How's it going, Mark?
Hey, G23, how you doing?
So what he's trying to explain to you, you have to open up your YouTube chat to then be able to pin it. You can't pin it from the StreamYard side. There's
the... Yeah, exactly. Was you doing it from the StreamYard side?
Yeah, he was trying to do it from the StreamYard side.
Oh.
So with him being a newbie and,
okay,
some of us having a little more experience, you got to give him the step-by-step,
So I have to go to my channel, the YouTube side?
Go to your channel on the YouTube side.
The easiest way to do it, at the top of your screen, where next to where it says go live or end broadcast, there is a you can click on there and it'll say go to YouTube side, and then you can pop the YouTube chat out, or you can just have the YouTube side running on a different tab, but you can just make sure you mute that side so you don't get a back feed.
Okay, so there's the upload symbol, the notification symbol, and my channel symbol. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, so you're gonna click on your channel symbol at the very top of the StreamYard side.
Okay, I see the view on YouTube. I was the wrong thing, and I need to mute my YouTube side.
Yep.
Okay, continue to YouTube. Okay, I see that chat there. So
Yep. Then go to the Streamyard link you dropped, and there'll be the 3 dots next to it. And then hit the pin, and I'll pin it to the top of the chat in the YouTube side.
got it.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
And if you think you're going to do more lives at a future point, you may want to, by each person's name that you want to trust, you can add moderator status by doing the same thing. Click the 3 dots and then add mod, and then make sure you choose standard moderator and not the next one up, which gives them like
Got it.
God power.
Yeah, the primary moderator, like on mine, I have Devil Dog on that one.
Okay.
So that's like the one person you trust 100%. And he could take care of any of the mods, even if they're out of control or whatever.
Okay. So then, should I watch my chat from the StreamYard side or the live
StreamYard,
side?
StreamYard side usually works the best because it doesn't have a delay in it.
Okay. I see Borg's probably having his connection problems there. So G23, what's going on in the Second Amendment world there? I was following the sentencing of the guys that had the machine gun cards.
Yeah, so that CRS Firearms, and then the owner of Auto Key Cards. I don't get how they can make that an actual, hey, this is a machine gun, when multiple different people said, even cutting it out, so that means you had the intent, not the people selling this stuff, because if like the owner of the Auto Key Card was intending for it to be like a machine gun part, they would have etched it more so that they were just like little knockout tabs, and not just etched designs on a piece of metal. And then
because essentially they were just templates, right?
Yeah, it was just an artist rendering. I mean, it wasn't even. And then you had a guy who was a machinist. That's what he did every day of his life for work. And he said, hey, I could not even, as a machinist, I could not even make these parts work to make a firearm full auto. And the ATF was like, yeah, we couldn't do it either. All we could do was cause a simple malfunction, which is called hammer follow, where the hammer keeps going back. So it does turn your firearm into full auto, but it's a malfunction, which, anyone in the 2A, firearm side knows, hey, guess what? I need to stop what I'm doing and clear and check my firearm and go through and make sure, is it clean? Do I have a primer that somehow popped out of a case and got stuck somewhere? So they're actually checking, because that's an unsafe firearm. And most of us are like, hey, guess what? We're not going to try to ruin our firearms, because if you keep going full auto, you have a good chance of blowing up your firearm. It's just like if you're drag racing, all the time in your Honda Accord, guess what? You're going to blow a motor, So it's yeah.
Can you guys hear me okay? Can I get like a 5x5? Because I'm getting some lag.
Yep, there's definitely a 5x5.
Anyway, what we were talking about is this guy developed, and it was about the size of a business card, and it was templates for I'll just call it a shim that you could cut out and insert into an AR-15, and they didn't have them cut out. It was just like a business card, and they were selling these, and the ATF ruled that those were machine guns. And anyway, these two guys, there's Chris Bentley walking and rambling from the UK. And anyway, they got sentenced. They are now felons. And
Yep.
yeah, it's kind of crazy because the ATF is changing the rules and making it up as as they go along.
So the
And
one thing is that they haven't been sentenced yet. So that doesn't come till like the end of July. They're both in custody, and the judge can still dismiss the case because there is a motion for dismissal in front of her. So she can still say, hey, guess what? The case was never proven. It's gone.
Yeah, it's like the pistol brace issue. I've been watching the Senate hearings, congressional hearings on that, and they're grilling this, basically a guy that has no experience in charge of the ATF. And the ATF twice came out and said the pistol braces were not in violation of the National Firearms Act. And then they changed it again. So you got, I don't know, 40 million. I forgot how many gun owners bought these things that are, as of today, felons.
Yeah. So they have an estimate of somewhere between 3 and 60 million people that own these bracelets because they're not 100% sure. Yeah. And yep. I think everything right now is on hold because with the ATF still being in front of Congress, because Congress is possibly going to set this aside and say, hey, you're overstepping. But was it Thursday? I think Thursday or Friday, we got a favorable ruling out of Illinois where a judge actually, in his assault weapon TRO, temporary restraining order, mentioned the ATF and pistol braces in his actual ruling, saying that was overstepping also.
Yeah. Crazy world. A lot going on out there. So I try not to watch the news because it just starts off your day in a little bit of a hole.
Yeah, it can definitely make you depressed, and it can anger you. So yeah, starting off on a bad foot.
Yeah. Anyway, if you folks missed it, the reason I'm on here learning how to do lives is going to do a collaboration with the Gypsy and the Vanilla Gorilla channel. And we're going to eat these dieback Ghost Pepper Noodles on a collaborative live. So on my community tab, I have a link where you can buy them if you want to join us. And we're going to eat them on camera. That was Radio Jonesy from Tasmania.
Jonesy.
What time is it there, Jonesy?
Everybody's jumping in here and saying, hey, Mark. Hello, Mark. And I'm like, wanting to respond to him,
Yeah. Well, I had 3 friends that were Bob, so we called one A Bob, the other B Bob, and C Bob. So we knew what was going on.
Yeah, I know I thanked you before, but now that I see you on video and whatnot, I'll thank you again for your donation to help us out.
Oh, no problem. I have this thing where I don't know if you guys are familiar with passive income. So I do 2 of them, and basically one's called Survey Junkie. So I take surveys. I usually do it when I'm on the toilet, and I don't do it earnestly, but you earn points, which gets converted to cash. And And then you can have, once you build up at least $8, you can transfer it over to your PayPal account. So what I try to do with that money, and there's another one called, if you guys are interested, I could send you a link. The other one's called My Points. And My Points, you can take surveys. The big thing here is answering everything honestly. You can earn points by shopping, showing receipts. You can shop through the My Points browser at Amazon, Walmart. For instance, I just ordered a new mouse for my computer from Best Buy, and they gave me 8 points for every dollar I spent with Best Buy. And these points accumulate, and then you can convert them. And I usually convert them to a Amazon gift card. But because you're getting paid in points, it's undeclared income. You don't have to declare it. You convert it either to, they'll convert it to cash for you. But there are a lot of people that are online doing these kind of things. And I know one guy's making $3,000 a month. He's doing, I don't know how many of these passive income ventures. And you could watch videos. You get points for watching videos. And if you wanted, you could have a few windows open, have it in stream, things like that. So I just kind of play with two of them. I maybe earn $20 a month, but when I get to about $50, then I try to donate that to somebody or help other YouTubers out, because I'm not a very good self-promoter, even though I am monetized. You don't see me a lot asking for subscriptions or, to hit the like button. I figure if people like it, they'll come back and stuff like that. So I'm not that money motivated, but I do like to help other people out there. There's the Wickershire Project Off Grid. He's quite the character and pretty creative with his videos. Yeah. He cracked me up with the one on tomatoes.
Yeah, that's the one I was just about to say. It had me laughing. Jonesy says, "Gee, you just can't beat earning money sitting on the dunny."
So, yeah, I'll take a link to both of those if you want to email them to me.
Yeah, I'll just put them on my community tab.
Okay.
Or I could I think the best thing is go on my About tab, send me an email, and I'll send you a referral code. Now that one called Survey Junkie, you also get points just for filling out your profile, like personal data and whatnot. And but again, it's what you want to put in for it. Once they figure out your demographic, they'll suggest surveys that fit your background or your economic situation and things like that. But if you have to put work into it, every day I get an email, and there's like 3 surveys, so probably about $1 worth of these and they're less than a minute long. And then so I just do those, and I just let it build up a little bit. Hey, Gerbs, good to see you.
And I'll thank you again for helping when I was going through battling flesh-eating bacteria. That was one hell of a fight.
Yeah, how's that going?
So I healed up. Actually, probably it's about 3.5 months earlier than they expected. So I'm completely healed up from multiple surgeries, and yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were going to end up being a zombie.
Man, that was it was pretty nasty. I tell you one thing.
Well, at least you're getting through it now, and you're getting on the mend anyway, huh?
Yeah, I guarantee you, I would never wish that on my worst enemy, because it is horrible. I was on my deathbed. I mean, literally, they said if you would have waited a day or two longer, you would have been dead. We would never have been able to save you.
Yeah, sounds like it was worse than kidney stones.
Yeah, I heard those were painful.
Yeah, I don't wish them on nobody. I mean, you know, I mean, a lot of people know on YouTube and stuff. You know, I've had seven kidney stone surgeries in 2 years. So yeah, I don't wish them on nobody.
What contributes to that?
It just it affects everybody differently. Different things. Like my dad, it was always like he had to avoid his black coffees and cut back on the salt. Um, with me, it's salt, sugar, protein, red meats. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
lot of different things where I have to watch like the intake on like um, on all that stuff. Avoid all the red meat I possibly can. Um, the main thing right now is that my oxalate intake. I have to keep that below 50 milligrams a day, and your body already makes oxalate levels, so I have to keep it below 50 of my intake. So I have to see what oxalate levels in every food that I eat just to keep below that 50 every day, because I don't want them kidney stones no more. So, and I've changed my diet 3 times, and I'm still getting them. And my last surgery was in August, and I went back in October, and he says you got 2 formin in you. So he gave me pills to take. I take those 3 times a day, and then I had to watch my oxalate intake. And I'll know here in the next couple of weeks if those stones either dissolved or they're growing. And the one thing he told me to stay away from was spinach because it helps crystallize the stones more.
Wow.
So like I said, it affects everybody
I'd
differently. Some people can't
have
even
a problem not eating red meat.
Yeah, well, believe me, I like my steak and my hamburgers and stuff like that. I just, I can't do it much anymore. Every now and then, like every 3 months, I'll go out and I'll have a good steak and a baked potato. And a baked potato is like almost 700 and something milligrams in oxalates. So that's only once every 3 months. When I get that steak, I want that loaded baked potato right along with it. I can't give it up all the time, but I got to be able to do it within ration, within a portion. And I usually do every 3 months for a nice steak. I'll do a hamburger here and there, but not very often. It's hard to give up all the good stuff you like.
I know as far as I go, and I know it's a problem with guys our age is staying hydrated, drinking enough fluids.
Yeah, and all I drink 99% of the 99% of the time I drink water. That's it. And I'll add lemon to it and everything, but it doesn't help with the stones at all. And I've been doing that for a couple of years, but I still just drink water. I very seldom I'll drink a soda or something like that, or a glass of wine.
Yeah, Chris says, can't they just blast them with ultrasound these days?
Well, they blast them, but like I said, I've had to have surgery for all of them I've had. The last ones they went up in me and they blasted them, and I had a stent in both of my kidneys, and I had to sit around for a month with stents in my kidneys, and that was horrible.
Oh, I'm gonna jump off.
I got a question from Chris. Hey, thanks for stopping by and thanks for the help.
Yep, you're welcome.
Yep, thanks, man.
All right, take care there in Oregon. Chris asked about the passive income things. Yeah, I don't really get a lot of spam email. I do though from like if I buy something from Amazon, and then every day you'll get ways to earn like from my points. They have a Facebook page and Instagram pages and Twitter pages, and they will also have extra bonus ways if you follow them on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I don't do Facebook, but they'll have daily bonuses where you can earn more points. But no, I don't get a lot. I don't get too much spam from outside vendors. but sometimes I will register, companies like Waka Coffee, things like that, just to kind of, because they'll give you bonus. I do some food reviews for like fast food, Sonic, stuff like that. So I'll download their apps and take advantage of the rewards for signing up. And that's how I try to buy the food that I review.
Yeah, it sounds like something I might want to check out too.
Yeah, I kind of always finding ways to squeeze pennies
Right.
or, get something free.
Yeah, I mean, it's like right now, I'm not doing anything. I mean, it's been raining for a week, and I still got another 4 days of rain before I can get outside to do anything. So it's like I could have been doing that all for the last 11 days,
Yeah. Well, go to YouTube and look up passive income, and that's how I found it. So they'll have lists of ways that you could make income. Now you just have to find out what works for you and what you're willing to do. And but it's like everything else. I had friends years ago tried to get me into the Amway, and a lot of people just don't put the work into it. But people that did pretty well. But you do get out what you put into it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I mean, they did that around here, the Amway, but then people were like, nope. Yeah, BC Jerb says
there was
a moderator.
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat here. I did one for a while. It was a walking app, but you had to share your location with the app, and it worked like a pedometer, and you got points for all the steps you took. But I ended up getting off that one because they quit linking up with Amazon. They had mostly Apple products that you could trade for your points. And I originally got on it because I wanted the Amazon gift cards, because we shop at Amazon a lot, especially after COVID. So anyway, so you kind of look and go to YouTube and look up passive income. And every month there's new ways, opportunities. I was watching one the other week about the top 10 work at home jobs, and one of them was U-Haul. And they start at $15 an hour. All you need is a phone and a computer, and you're basically doing customer service and booking reservations, working from your home. But that's income you're going to have to declare, not like some of these rewards or point programs. I think I paused myself here. See what else we have. BC Jerv says schemes. No, they're not really schemes. But I'll try to, after we get done, I'll put some referral codes on my community tab.
Well, I'm going to jump off here. I got to make a call here in a minute. What's good, Mark and Mark? Drunken Chef, what's up?
Yeah, there's Drunken Chef. What's cooking? Chef, I saw your smoked salsa video. That looked good. All right, there goes Chris. All right, good night, Chris. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. He probably needs some rest after all that walking he does.
Cooked up some broth earlier.
All right, well, night, Chris.
Yeah, and over on the
Canadian
right,
in the house.
over on the right hand of your StreamYard, there is has the banners and the brand. If you click on brand, and then it'll show like blocks with the names in it, different shaped blocks. There's 4 of them. And right below that, you can hit show name, I think it is.
Okay, I see music, background, overlay.
Yeah, they should. I think it's at the very top. The names are
Now on StreamYard, can you like do a live there without actually broadcasting it?
no. If you do a live, you're
Like
doing
play
a live.
around with these.
But before you go into StreamYard, you can either record. You can do record or live. So if you do a record, then you go ahead and record it, and it won't go on until you send it over for doing a video and everything like that, and then you can put it out as a video however you want after you edit it or whatever. A live is just a live; it goes up as a live. Yeah, I'll pull my StreamYard up on my phone here.
Okay, Jerb says you can make premieres for later. Yeah, I didn't quite understand what a premiere was. I thought that was just kind of like an ad.
Yeah, premiere is just
ad.
It's a video you put in your YouTube and everything, and you just set the date and the time and everything, and you premiere it later on. Let's see, enter studio.
Okay, G23 says, yeah, you can do a live without broadcasting it. So G23, can you play around with all these banners and things there?
Well, if you do a live, it's being broadcast. There's I don't think you can not broadcast it without going live. I mean, that's the whole point of going live. You're broadcasting it. You don't have to put.
I know
out
there's
video
the unlisted option and the private option.
Yeah, you can do it as private, but it still goes out as a live because that's the only way people are going in your chat. If it's unlisted, they're not gonna be able to go in your chat. But yeah, if you click on brand, then there's right below that it says theme. And you click on one of those themes, whichever one you want, and then you can click, and then below that's show display names, and you click on that so it's blue, and then that'll put the names right up on the chat or up here on the panel.
I notice I'm getting a loading symbol. I don't know if my video is getting intermittent.
Everything looks good on this end here anyway.
Yeah, we had an issue with the Wi-Fi with the lightning we had the last few days. I might have to reboot my router. Okay. Well, folks, I think, let's see. That will go a little bit longer. I was hoping to see Peter from Old Man King Homestead.
I haven't seen him around lately. I'm not sure if he's just having bad internet issues and everything going on up there because the weather's horrible here anyway. Like I said, we've had rain.
Yeah, he had an issue. He had an issue with there's Dwayne Letterman. He had an issue, I think, with his cell phone data plan.
Yeah, a few days ago he said he got it fixed. He said he got it fixed, but then he just disappeared again. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I've been trying to help him out the last few months, but it seems like if it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have no luck at all sometimes.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, I know that feeling all too well. Yeah, he's only like, I don't
What do
know,
you,
2 hours.
Mark, what do you use for internet service where you are?
I use a hotspot. I went through AT&T at first to get my hotspot through them, but it was a prepaid one. But doing YouTube and uploading videos and doing everything that I was doing, I was refilling it every week and a half, and it got expensive. I was spending like $150, $200 a month. So I ended up keep doing more research and everything, and then I found a hotspot through FMCA, and that is for people that travel in motorhomes and stuff like that. They actually do it for the RVers. So I filled it out and I put it as I'm living in a tiny home and everything. They wanted a license plate number and everything else on my RV and the year and everything. I was like, it's a tiny home. It's being built. It's not on the road yet, but they still gave it to me, and it's only $65 every month, and it's completely unlimited. And I've had absolutely no issues with it. And what's great about it is I can take it anywhere with me. So I don't have to go off anybody's Wi-Fi or nothing. And so it's trustworthy because it's just mine. And that's the only thing
I'm
I
thinking on looking into Starlink, because we dumped Dish Network a few years ago. The bandwidth was really terrible. We have it's called Western Broadband,
right.
So it uses radio wave, which is nice. So we don't have interference during the storms unless lightning hits it. But I have a friend in Idaho that was on their beta program for Starlink, and now he's got full service, so he's real happy with it.
Yes, Starlink is quite popular with like the RVers and stuff now. Those that run the bus life, the van life, and stuff like that. A lot of them use that Starlink, and they say they absolutely love it. Gray Wolf says, I think Peter is 3 hours above us, Mark. Yeah, I know it was like 2.5, 3 hours, something like that. But I knew he was close to us, Gray Wolf.
Okay.
Yeah, because Gray Wolf's only like 35 minutes from me or something like that. All right, well, I'm going to have to jump off.
All right, here. Well, folks, I
make a phone call here.
I think I'm going to get off here. I got some videos to upload this week. I did one. I have one. We played the scratch lottery tickets and won some money. So I bought a barbecue. So I have a video coming out on that, on how I play the lottery.
Yeah, I like watching your videos and stuff.
Yeah, I'm all over the place with my content. I can't. It's just pretty much watching an old guy, whatever he decides to do that day.
Right, watching the life of Mark Kraft. That's how I look at it with me. It's like I'm kind of all over the place a little bit, but it all comes together one way or another. Until I start ripping that RV apart and turning it into a tiny home to live in, then, all my content's kind of everywhere right now. Yeah. But, all right, man, I will talk to you later.
All right, folks. Hey, Mark, I appreciate your help, man.
Hey, anytime, Mark.
I'll get this thing figured out. Yeah. All right, everybody. I really appreciate y'all stopping by. Thanks for watching me stumble around here. You have good rest of the evening. We tomorrow morning, there's John Jones Southern Exposure just popped in. Better late than never. So we're going grocery shopping tomorrow at Randall's because it's senior day and we get 10% off. But you have to get there before 11 a.m. because we have a Sun City retirement community there, and I call them old folks, but I'm on senior citizen myself. But man, they're like zombies walking down the aisles, and they block the aisles, and they have this glazed over look to them. So we want to try to get there early and beat that crowd before they get out of bed and take their Geritol. So, all right, folks, I appreciate you stopping by as usual. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try to join the Gypsy and Vanilla Gorilla tomorrow, and we're going to set a date for our live noodle challenge. And if you go to my community page, I have a link there where if you want to join us and try it out if you're a culinary adventurer. All right, folks, take care, and thanks for stopping by.